Did you know that your HOA has the power to take your home, even if you're paying your mortgage on time? Sounds crazy, right? But it's absolutely true. Homeowners associations can foreclose on your home faster than a bank. And in the worst part, some people don't even realize it happening until it's too late. So today I'm breaking down how HOAs can foreclose on your home, even for a small unpaid fee. Real life horror stories of homeowners who lost everything, and how to protect yourself so this never happens to you. And at the end of this video, I'll also tell you how you can work with me to make sure that you never walk into an HOA nightmare. Let's get into it. Hey, I'm Brianna, a real estate agent here in Phoenix, Arizona, and I help home buyers and homeowners navigate real estate with zero surprises. HOAs can be great. They keep communities looking nice, maintaining amenities, and enforcing rules. But what most people don't realize is that HOAs have real power, including the power to take your home through foreclosure. And trust me, I've seen people lose their homes over a few $100s in unpaid fees. If you live in an HOA or you're thinking about buying a home in one, this information is what you need to know. Most people think that only the bank can foreclose on their home. Wrong. HOAs have something called a super lien, which means that if you don't pay your HOA fees, they can place a lien on your home and eventually foreclose on it. How does this work? So you fall behind on your HOA dues, fines, or assessments. Then the HOA files a lien against your home. The length of the delinquency or the amount depends on the HOA company themselves. So time passes, and if you don't pay that fee, the HOA can start the foreclosure process, even if you're paying your mortgage on time. And here's the worst part. Some states allow HOAs to foreclose faster than a bank. And in some cases, homeowners don't even realize that their home is being foreclosed on until it's too late. If you're in an HOA, you need to know your state laws because some states make it way easier for HOAs to take action than others. Let me tell you some real life Arizona HOA foreclosure stories because this is not just a theory. It happens right here in our state all the time, unfortunately. A homeowner in Phoenix missed a few HOA payments totaling about $1,200, and the HOA tacked on late fees, attorney fees, collection costs, and before they knew it, that small debt had ballooned to over $5,000. The HOA foreclosed on the home, sold it at the auction, and the homeowner lost their property for a fraction of what it was worth. An elderly homeowner in Scottsdale fully owned his home. No mortgage, but he was fined $3,500 for a small HOA violation, like having in his yard and missing a paint deadline. Instead of fighting back early, he ignored the letters and the HOA placed a lien. It moved to foreclosure and he lost his fully paid off home in a matter of months. A homeowner in Surprise, Arizona forgot to pay a $300 HOA fine for leaving their trash bins out too long. And the HOA added legal fees and the collection charges and turned it into thousands of dollars in debt. They foreclosed, sold their home at the auction, and the original owner lost everything because they did not have the money to pay all of this off. And these are not rare cases. HOAs in Arizona have a lot of power and they'll use it. If you own a home in an HOA community, you need to be aware of these risks. Okay, so now that we know that HOAs can foreclose, but what kind of fees can you get in trouble for? Common HOA fees that lead to foreclosure, like unpaid monthly HOA dues or even being months behind, can trigger a lien. And surprise fees that homeowners must pay for repairs,
like special assessments.
This should be disclosed on the HOA documents. Some HOAs can charge daily fines if you break a rule, like having your car parked out on the street or leaving your trash can out too long for a longer period of time after they pick it up. And here's the sneaky part. HOAs tack on legal fees, interest, and penalties which makes the debt out of control. And if you ignore an HOA bill, that $500 fee can turn into $5,000 before you even realize it. So how do you make sure that this never happens to you?
Let's see.
Always pay your HOA dues on time, even if you disagree with the fee.
Pay it and then fight it later.
Ask for a breakdown of the extra fees. If the HOA is charging you something unexpected, demand transparency. Know your state laws. Some state gives homeowners more protection against the HOA foreclosures than others. Go to HOA meetings. The more involved that you are, the less likely you are to get caught off guard. Or just move into a home with no HOA. If you ever get a lien notice from your HOA, don't ignore it. That's when you need to act fast to avoid foreclosure. HOA foreclosures are real and they happen way more often than people think. But when you work with an agent who knows what to look for, you can avoid these kinds of problems before you buy a home. If you're thinking about buying a home and you want to make sure that you never get stuck with an HOA nightmare, let's talk. Text BUY to 480-710-7696 to schedule a call with me, and let's go over your home buying goals. Hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below with your thoughts on HOAs. I'll see you in the next video.